This girl here's called Flossie, and she came up from Wales. She was rescued by a lovely lady down there from the travelling community who had actually just kind of given up with her. She's 14-year-old and she's been used as a broodmare all her life, which in dog terms is more or less like puppy farming. So she came up here last year complete with her last son, Winston, who's also here as well. And since then, Annalise here's been working away with her. We've now backed her and she's gradually getting more confident, isn't she, Annalise? She is, and she's certainly enjoying coming in and she's enjoying people's company now, whereas when she first came, she just didn't want to know anybody. Whereas now, she's lovely, she's very food orientated and just loves coming in for a hay net and something to soak on. And Annalise has just backed her as well, so she's starting to go out wee hacks and things like that. She's very friendly, very gentle, and yeah, she's progressing really nicely. This is Vic, or Victor, and Vic came from the Borders. He was actually bred as a racehorse, but he never actually raced at all. We were told he was too big to be a racehorse, but I don't really know what that means, whether he was too big boned or whether he was just too big. No idea. So he actually came here classed as a dangerous horse, and to be honest, we've no idea why, because he's never shown an ounce of being dangerous since he came to us. One thing I will say about him, he's 12-year-old, but he's got like a 5-year-old brain. He's a horse, a big horse, that in his 12 years has done very little. So in horsey terms we would class him as very green. So he just really needs to see life and be out and do as much as he possibly can, and he'll be able to cope with it quite well. Zoe, my sister, she's been riding him this past wee while, and she's been doing hacks and just plittering, generally having good fun with him and doing the agility with him. And he's scared of nothing that he's seen so far. So hopefully he'll find a nice new home in the near future. He's now 12-year-old, but as I say, you're getting a very young brain. So he's a horse that still needs a lot of time and a lot of confidence building activities. This wee boy here's called Fella. We're doing really well because every one of them's had their head buried in a hay net. But he's been a lovely kid's pony. He came from us quite locally, mainly because his owner just couldn't keep him any longer. And again, he's not a rescue case, but he's a rehoming case. We deal a lot with that, and it's quite nice to have the privilege when people trust us enough to find nice new homes for their ponies. So, and by sheer chance, one of our volunteers here, wee Sophie, what age is Sophie? Sophie's 8. Sophie's 8-year-old. And she's a great wee rider who's learning, and she's actually fell in love with Fella, and mum and dad have rehomed Fella, and he's going away up to live in his new home in Glasgow pretty shortly. So mum Suzanne has came to talk to us today, and she's going to tell us why they decided that Fella was really good. Decided why Fella was sorry. Suzanne was having a bit of bother trying to get extracted to the kids. So Suzanne, why did you think Fella was good for Sophie?
He's just a really good pony. He lets Sophie go round about him, do his feet, and he's just a friendly good pony. So he'll bring Sophie's confidence on. And he's just a great all-rounder, so he'll be great for Sophie for the first pony.
And what made Sophie involved coming to the 3 hours?
Sophie's always liked horse riding, and she's always just liked everything about horses and getting to know what they do. So when we found the 3 hours, it was a perfect opportunity for Sophie to continue doing what she loves.
So this girl here is Jude, and she's not been long with us, and she has been an eventer in her past life. She's been very well looked after. She's not what we class as a rescue case at all. She's more a rehoming case. Her owner just couldn't keep her any longer due to ill health, and the rider as well had given up riding. So they'd asked her to take her on and find her a new home. So luckily we found her a new home with one of our own volunteers here, Neve. And Neve is very much a novice rider, so Jude is teaching Neve rather than Neve teaching Jude. So at the moment, Neve's just learning to hang on and enjoy life with Jude, aren't you? Yes. So it came as quite a surprise for her because she was giving it for your birthday, weren't you? Yes. Yeah. So there you are. You can tell a wee bit more about what you like about Jude.
She's just a very docile girl. She just loves to be groomed. Do whatever you want with her. She was a wee bit head shy when she came, but she's a lot better now. She's been kind of touching ears a lot and just getting her used to it. She loves food, as you can see. And yeah, she's just a great girl. She'll just kind of, she knows what she's doing, so she is really great to learn on because it's just Yeah.
This is Merrick. He's very beautiful. And the reason he's named Merrick is because he was one of the Merrick 7 that featured a lot for us last year, about May time, when there was horses found on the Merrick Hill, which is our local mountain round about here. There was 2 actually dead already, and the other 7 were just absolutely in terrible condition. They were all starving, and Merrick was included in amongst them here. Although he wasn't found on the mountain, he was actually found in a stable that the supposed owner still had, but he was left in there. So he came here. He was a colt, so he was gelded just about right away and turned away. And luckily, since then, one of our volunteers has fell in love with him, and she's actually rehomed him, and he's actually now her pony, and he's actually just been backed, and he's riding away quite nicely and starting his schooling life. So hopefully he'll spend his days just being a really good kid's pony and enjoying life. And you can see he's in great condition, nothing like what he was when we came, and unfortunately we don't have the photos when he came, but he's just fantastic. So he's called Merrick.